Now, we know you've put in the work over the past few weeks to improve your day-to-day nutrition. So how, going forward, can we ensure that your day-to-day nutrition is going to set you up to fuel your training and set you up for long-term health? Just like the programme, you need structure. So this week is so important for you to take the time to do the work, to work out how you're going to continue to implement the information from this program into your life and your routine. So first of all, you should know by now the 4 key habits that you need to include in your diet that are going to set you up for success. Now that is plant points, fibre, hydration, and your protein intake. So what can we do to ensure this? This is where we want you to work out what your minimum standard is. Now it's easy to say that you're going to meal prep every single meal, get all your steps in, get all your sessions in. However, some weeks we're just not going to be perfect. So what is that minimum standard based on your routine and the reality for what you can achieve in a week? Your minimum standard might be that you're getting your protein, your fibre, and that you're going for a walk. And based off this programme, where have you been lacking and what small thing can you do to ensure that that's going to change going forward? So it could be something as simple as buying a big water bottle that you can take with you everywhere and that you can fill up, something that you're actually going to enjoy drinking out of. It sounds ridiculous, but this can make a big difference. And second of all, we want to look at our own identity. So it might sound a little bit deep, but if you're someone who tells yourself that you're never going to be strong, you're never going to be fit, you never have been, you're never going to look good, then your actions are going to follow that. Or if you're someone who says that you're always late or you just don't have the time, your actions will follow because you're accepting that fate. However, if you want to make change, which you obviously do because you signed up to the programme, you need to follow and work on how you see yourself and what actions you're going to take going forward. How does your identity reflect that? What type of person do you want to be? So do you want to be that person who, if they book in an appointment, if you book in a PT session, if you book in a check-in with the 8-week nutrition, are you going to show up? Now, that's reliant on also other people, so you have to book in something with somebody else. How can you make sure that you're that person who shows up for yourself in that sense? So if I tell myself I'm going to the gym tomorrow, that's a non-negotiable. I'm not going to rely on the motivation that I feel when I wake up or lack of. So I'm not going to let that be the decider. If I'm going to the gym tomorrow, I'm going to go. And now I'm going to adjust that session based off how I feel, but I'm going to attend. So it might not be the best session ever. I might not be hitting the weights that I've never hit before, but I'm going to attend. And that's the same with your nutrition. So I'm going to make sure tomorrow that I'm going to hit my protein. Well, how? Well, I'm going to make sure that I've at least prepped X, Y, and Z. So I know where I'm getting those protein sources from. So I know my breakfast is prepped for the morning. And so I'm not just leaving these things up to chance, or I might be able to grab something from the shop. I'll try and get something in between meetings. I'm going to have these things that are non-negotiable. So I'm going to make sure that my water bottle is filled up and ready for the morning to take with me. And therefore, I'm at least getting a litre in. Third of all, for this week, what is your current nutrition rating based off week 1? So it would be really good to see how this has compared and how this has changed over the past few weeks.